Hello again. Well, today again something slightly different. Mini discs. That's what I wanted to talk about. Well, I came across the format in, I'd say it was somewhere in the mid to late 90s. And at that time I thought, well, this is a bit expensive, but interesting format nonetheless. And then the radio station that I was at started using mini discs to record shows as a backup, and also have music on them. You see, to use in the studio. They were very handy, and they were great for editing, and there were all sorts of pluses to them. Anyway, we all thought this is going to be the real big thing, the big thing. And mini disc players and recorders in the studio, and then along came MP3, and that pretty much put paid to it for a while. I carried on though, and I bought a portable mini disc player, which this I have several actually, but this is one. It's a Sharp portable, and a friend of mine sold this to me. Unfortunately, it doesn't work now because it's got what's called I think it's a TOC, that's table of contents error 20, and it just doesn't read the discs. But it's such a cute thing, I've hung on to it for years now. Anyway, I suppose I should turf it out, but I can't bring myself to do it. And then I bought some hi-fi mini disc units. First ones were, quite expensive. There were Sony ones, and then later on came Sony put out Sony put out a model that had long play, so you could double the play time or record time on the disc. The discs were generally 74 minutes, so you could double them. And then later on there was another unit came out, and you could actually quadruple it. So if you wanted it for long radio shows or something like that, it was very handy. The sound quality was always great on mini discs, and very, very close to CD. I know people will argue the toss with me over it and say, oh no, that can't be. But as your ears get older, it's not really that critical. Although I do know people that are about 80 and they say, oh, I've got the hearing of a 9-year-old girl. It's a load of rubbish. Anyway, what happened then? When MP3s started getting popular recording format, and people recording to CDR, mini discs started to drop in popularity a bit. So by this time I had a couple of portable units, and then I had a couple of Tascam studio quality, really, mini disc recorders and players. And so I thought, well, I'm hanging on to them. Then I thought, well, I better buy some stocks of mini discs, just in case all of a sudden can't get hold of them for some reason or other. So I started buying some. I think Sony allowed people to sell under license the mini discs. TDK MDR XG 74 minutes. What's this one? Maxell MD 74. Still got the cellophane on, as you can see. And this is a JVC one. 74 minutes. You could actually get 80-minute ones, but I did find that the 80-minute ones could be a bit problematic at times, so I pretty much stuck to 74-minute ones. So I bought these discs, mini discs, up in quite large quantities, so much so that I probably got about ones that are still wrapped up like the ones I've shown you. I probably got it in the region of about 250 280. Then someone said to me, you should go on eBay. You'll get used ones because people are dumping them and you'll get them for next to nothing. And I thought, oh yeah, really? So I went on. I got boxes and boxes of these things. I probably got in the region of about 700 or 800 of these discs. Last a lifetime, an absolute lifetime, and they don't sort of deteriorate. Well, I hope not. Anyway, these are ones that have been used. People have had them in car minidisc players, although they were fairly rare. And they just decided, oh, I'll just get rid of them. And I could buy them. It was quite right. I could buy them for absolute peanuts. Now, if you look on eBay for minidiscs, even used minidiscs, they're asking sort of silly prices. I think it's because there's a certain move to revive it. I can't see it coming back because, from what I understand, I think the format finished. They stopped producing minidiscs, the blanks, around about 2013, and the actual players, I think that stopped about 2016. So it's a good few years. So if you want a minidisc player now for your hi-fi, they can end up being, they'll be second hand anyway. And it can be very, very chancy buying that. I used to buy some of mine, except the studio ones, which are Tascam. I used to buy them from Richer Sounds, and I got some very good buys from there. My son had one. I don't think he uses it anymore, but still, it's a great format, and it's a shame that it sort of fell by the way. Now there's talk about cassettes coming back, and I know that bands release albums now. They make a big thing about, and it's released on cassette as well. This is like jumping on the old vinyl, bandwagon again. I've still got all my cassettes. I can't see me getting rid of them because there's a hell of a lot that are mixtapes, radio shows, that I wouldn't want to part with. I sometimes toy with the idea of transferring them onto minidisc, but really I don't think I've got the time to do that. I've got enough as it stands. Anyway, if you remember minidisc, let me know. And if you still own a minidisc recorder and you don't want to part with it because the sound's so good, please comment about it, because I'd love to read of your experiences anyway. And if anyone knows how to cure that table of contents error, can you please tell me? Oh, incidentally, in that Sharp, it had a rechargeable battery that you could put in, see? And it's like a tube of Wrigley Spearmint gum, see, like that. I think this is the original battery. And you put it in, you charged it up, and then you could listen to it. This is the days before the iPod and such things as that, and phones, being able to listen to music on your phone. That's another thing with an SD card, mini SD card in. Anyhow, thanks for watching this, and I look forward to your comments, and feel free to subscribe. I'd love you to see all the other things that I've got to show. We're approaching the number 500 videos very shortly, so that'll be a bit of a milestone, and there's plenty for you to trawl through anyway, and you'll think, oh, I remember that now. I'd forgotten all about that. Okay, hope you've enjoyed this. Bye for now.